So I want to look at some ways to master yourself, master your meditation, and something that's so simple and something we do all the time. You just need to fit it into your day, and we'll look at that as we go on. You know, how we can fit this into our day. It'll make your meditation better. It'll make you healthier. It'll make you calmer. And what is it? It's breathing. You know, we all know about breathing. There's so many breathing techniques around now. You know, it's quite a big thing. And we've known this for millennia. You know, our ancestors knew that breathing was something really good for us. We have it in Qigong, we have it in martial arts, we have it in yoga. In fact, the yoga asanas and the yoga breathing techniques were all designed to prepare the body and mind for meditation. Because again, our ancestors knew that our mind was the crux of everything, which is why meditation was such a big thing. So really what I want to do is look at some of the benefits of breathing. And I'm really going to focus on more slow breathing, calming. There are plenty of ones that can boost your adrenaline and stuff like that. You know, you have the Wim Hof method and lots of different methods like that. I'm not so much interested in those. So, you know, some cultures believe that we only have a certain amount of breaths per life. So they believe if you breathe slowly, you can prolong your life. If you breathe quickly, you'll get a shorter life. You know, not ideal, but, you know, again, if you can control it, then you can control your life just that little bit more. So some of the benefits of these three things, these three methods that I'm going to talk about, where you can train yourself to meditate anywhere. You can be in queues, you can be out, you can be indoors. It's not just a practice. And meditation shouldn't be a practice that you just do indoors, in a quiet place. It should be everywhere. And doing this is the easiest way to do this and bring this into your life. And it will kick in, you know, rest and relax mode, which is something we really want to do. You know, breathing changes your physiology. It changes the chemicals running through your body, depending on how you're breathing. You know, this will slow your heart rate. You'll energize the body. You'll increase your nitric oxide, which is really good. It's shown to help heal, improve your athletic performance, fight viruses, lose weight, decrease inflammation. So much more. Nitric oxide is a bit of a superpower, to be fair. And just by breathing correctly, you're going to get that. So what I want to do, so let's go through these three things, and let's have a look at some of the things you can do to bring, I suppose, a meditation, breathing meditation into your everyday life. So number one we're going to look at is you can breathe anywhere. It's always with you. If you think that you need some things or special places or special objects to meditate and stuff like that, breathing, you don't need it. It's with you all the time. So you can breathe and meditate wherever you are. So what I tend to do with this, the way I use it, and I teach my students, is whenever you have a spare moment, focus on your breath. Focus on it in queues, waiting for a kettle to boil, waiting at the traffic lights, even for a couple of seconds. Breathe. And this will start to create triggers in yourself that when we breathe deeply, we relax. And the more you do it, the more you'll just take one breath and you'll be able to relax, you'll be able to focus, you know, it'll bring you into focus more. All of these things, it creates some incredible triggers, and you can do it anywhere. So number two is slow it down. So one of the problems we have, as I said before, is that some cultures believe that we only have a certain amount of breaths per life. We want to slow it right down. So again, that will bring in the rest and relax mode. If we slow our breathing down, if we breathe quickly into the chest, that's what we do when we fight and flight. So we don't want to do that. So we slow it down. So the optimal breathing rate has been seen to be 5.5 seconds. Now, that's 5.5 in, 5.5 out. Now, the average person breathes between 10 to 15 times per minute. You really want to get that down to 4 to 6. And if you do, so what I tend to do, I tend to breathe for 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. If you do that for a minute, you'll be breathing around 5 times per minute. So you can see how that slows you down, and you get all those benefits of slow breathing. You know, rest and relax, and bring yourself into focus, bring yourself into the present moment, all of these benefits. Okay, so that's number 2. So number 3 is we want to use our diaphragm. As I said, when we're stressed, we breathe into the chest, and we breathe quickly, and we generally breathe through the mouth. So we want to breathe through the nose, and we want to use the diaphragm. Now, the diaphragm is a huge muscle under the ribs, and this is what opens the lungs. So as we breathe in, we've got the chest muscles, which help. But if we breathe down, pull down our diaphragm, we practice pulling the diaphragm down. What this will do, it will squash all of the internal organs, and they push out sideways. This is why they call it belly breathing. So they push out into all directions, and they get a good massage. So that's one of the benefits of this. All your internal organs get a good massage. The diaphragm pulls down, and it opens up the bottom third of the lungs. Now, this is really important because when we're breathing in our chest, we only use the top 2/3. So the bottom third of the lungs has a majority of the blood vessels which take the oxygen around the body. So we get fresher oxygen, we get more oxygen into the body, moves it around. And again, if we've got more oxygen in the body, this is what fuels us. It fuels our cells, it fuels our brain, and fuels our muscles. So diaphragmatic breathing, pulling that down, and getting more oxygen in is a huge benefit. Another thing that's great about it is because the diaphragm is such a huge muscle, when it relaxes, and as we breathe out, we just let it relax. As it relaxes, it's such a big muscle that it has a knock-on effect with all our other muscles, and it thinks, oh, that big muscle's relaxing, so we can. Okay, so again, it's got another huge benefit. So really, those are the 3. You know, if you get those 3 right, if you start to breathe slowly, breathing often, and using the diaphragm, then you're going to have a meditation practice you can have anywhere, which is going to change your physiology, change how you feel. It will change your mind state. Yeah, it's that powerful. And what I also use it for as a bonus is when I'm meditating, whenever I want to get into meditating, I always breathe first. Again, you might see this a lot, but it will slow you down. It will get you into rest and relax mode. And so you can meditate better. You can focus better. You're more in the present. So you can use it for that. If you feel your mind is wandering, just come back to the breath. Start again. Use the breath. And then eventually your breathing, your slow breathing, becomes a trigger to say, oh, I'm meditating now. Yeah. So start with the breath. Get the breath right, and you can get everything else right. This is why the old cultures focused on the breath, because it's the beginning stage. It's not the end stage, it's the beginning stage of meditation. Okay, well, I hope that helps.